Live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, here is Bryan Cranston presenting the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award.
The Grand Dolby Theater has been home to the Academy Award since 2002, and we'll be back here again next year. But the times have called for a pause while we grapple with all the changes around us. Well, times are always changing, of course, but it's fascinating how often they repeat themselves. Let me set this scene. It's a raging tail end of a pandemic. Many millions of lives are lost, many millions more permanently dislocated and changed forever. People wonder, how will we move forward? The year is 1921. After the worst pandemic in history, actors Mary Pickford and Jean Hersholt took action, raising money for the Motion Picture and Television Fund, a foundation that would provide a remarkable range of health services and aid to anyone who worked in the film or television industry. 100 years later, we find ourselves in another global pandemic. This time, the MPTF knew how to answer the call because they had been doing it for decades.
In 1942, the Motion Picture and Television Fund broke ground on what would become the Lew Wasserman campus in Woodland Hills. From actors to makeup artists, from electricians to carpenters, from painters to teamsters, the Motion Picture and Television Fund was created to help those who, for whatever reason, fell on hard times. The film lab chemist who developed Alzheimer's found a home at the MPTF. A gay hair and makeup artist whose death left his life partner unable to receive his pension because their 40-year union was not recognized as a marriage. The MPTF was there to help.
Being a single mother in this industry is hard, but having my son lose his father made it a lot harder. But Naomi and MPTF were there for us.
My family and I will always remember the grace with which my husband Travis died, and the Motion Picture Television Fund that allowed him to define the terms of how that happened.
I have a special connection to the MPTF. When my mother, Peggy, a former actress, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, the MPTF offered her a caring and loving home for her final years, as well as her last sweet romance. Today, over 250 residents call the Wasserman campus their home, their ages ranging from over 60 to nearly 100. These glorious people hold the history of film and television in their stories and experiences. Keeping these residents safe during COVID, seeing to their health needs, keeping them socially distanced and socially connected was an overwhelming challenge. But the MPTF staff and volunteers never left their side, often sacrificing time with their own families to take care of the residents. Quite simply, they are our heroes, working beyond the call of duty.
It's the 100th anniversary of the MPTF, and we have with us 70 of those vaccinated healthcare and social workers whose compassion compelled them to step up and take action to help those in need. It is with infinite gratitude and great pride that we honor them all tonight. On behalf of the Motion Picture and Television Fund, CEO Bob Beecher is here to accept this year's Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award.
Bryan, thank you for those kind words. They mean so much to us coming from a member of our MPTF family. Jennifer, Norma, and I want to express our gratitude to David Rubin, Dawn Hudson, and the Academy Board of Governors for recognizing the Motion Picture and Television Fund tonight with this very special honor, especially since this is the first time the award has gone to an organization. Thank you to our boards who have guided us and supported us over the years. Your kind words during the pandemic were cherished. Much appreciation to the thousands of small and large donors who sustain our charity, and to our volunteers whose contribution of their personal time is so essential to our mission. Here's to the tens of thousands of freelance workers in our entertainment community, those in front of and behind the camera. They are the heartbeat of our industry, and for 100 years, MPTF has been their safety net of support. This year alone, MPTF connected with our industry workforce over 40,000 times. Thank you to the residents of the iconic motion picture home. They've had a very rough 12 months of social isolation. Tonight, though, they are all together, but socially distanced and watching the Oscars. To Norma Carranza, nurse, and to Jennifer George, social worker, both of whom exemplify the best in their fields, and to the rest of our MPTF work family on the front line during the pandemic, the social workers and nurses, doctors and housekeepers, activity staff and food servers, accountants, fundraisers, IT techs, producers, HR professionals, chaplains, cooks, and landscapers. They are our industry's superheroes of 2020. This award is for them and the tens of thousands of others who have worked at MPTF over the past 100 years. It's the honor of a lifetime for all of us to work together and to receive this award. We really and truly take care of our own. And to Jean Hirschholt, Humanitarian, and our president at MPTF for 18 years, we're bringing you home tonight.